Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. What can we say? Well, I'm out of breath, Normski. There's so much going on, brother. I'm out of breath. I'm out of breath. The best move Kai Havertz has made all season. He's got injured and it's opened the door for Eze. Who would have thought, brother? Who would have thought? But I tell you what, we have got lots to get through. We're going to be talking about the Kai Havertz thing, how it started, what got the kind of ball rolling to get Eze hijacked from Spurs. Hopefully it's all going to be done and dusted. And then we're going to ask questions of why wasn't this done earlier? Why has it taken Kai Havertz to do us a favour and allow the door to be open for Eze? And if Eze does come in, what does that mean for people like Odegaard and people like this? But how you been, Norms? How you been, mate?
Well, I'm all good. Big up to you, DJB. Thanks for having me on again. The Arsenal Mingle. We're going to be, as I say, we're going to be looking at our games and reviewing it. And obviously, this big news that's come out tonight. I was on live on my other stream. What's going on podcast 6:30. So tune in. Everybody gets a chance on a Wednesday night, followed by the Mingle. And whilst I was on the show, one of the guests on the show said, "No, some big news come out." I said, "What?" And I thought he's pulling me leg. And then he shared his screen with me. And lo and behold, there he is. Oh, Eze hijacked. I was like, what? Are they pulling my leg? Do you know what I mean? And the chat started to blow up. Look at this.
There it is, brother. There it is. There it is. The two managers. You've got the England shot with Declan Rice as well. Eze, number 10. Just want to say big up to the chat. Thank you all for joining me. Make sure you're smashing those likes and subbing if you haven't subbed. Big up to the Arsenal Pulse every day. Absolute legend. Big up, my friend. Big up, big up. Hope you're well. Aces, as always. The Jam Boys. Look, the Jam Boys in. He's always there. Fraudetta was heartbroken over Donkey needing knee surgery. Vets this morning. Yeah, I know. We're going to get into it. It's all happening. Eze, brilliant news. But who the backup striker? Joseph, I tell you what, you know it's all real on this show. You know it's all real. You know these shows don't get excited. We spit out facts, guys. We're going to try and we're going to get into all of that. We're still going to get into all of that. Yeah, big up for the Normski. 100%, but big up. Yeah, there it is, Norms. Yeah. And I'll tell you what got the ball rolling. This is what got the ball rolling earlier today. That's what when David Ornstein, Arsenal forward, Kai Havertz set for a spell with knee injury. Who'd have thought, Norms? Who'd have thought that our players at the start of the season were injured? Isn't this what we've been saying? On Lee's channel, Aaron's channel, big up to all of these legends, Shane, everyone. Haven't we been saying this from day one? That these players are not fit. There's doubts over Saka. Rice looks knackered. Kai Havertz has now gone down. Timber don't look right. Gabriel don't look as if he's moving freely. Is it like, are we shocked by all this?
No, we're not. So we talked about it. As I said, we talked about it on a number of streams. Yeah, when you've got injuries of grade 3 tear to 3 of your players, what do you expect? It's going to lead to other injuries. Yeah, all of a sudden, out of the blue, Kai Havertz. Yeah, and I think he picked up the injury during the Man United game. All right, and now, as I say, we're reading here. The prognosis, they don't know how long it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a long time out for them to move like they've done with Eze. It looks like he's going to be out for a while. We don't know if it's an ACL because nobody's talking at the moment because he's got to have it assessed. But this is what's going to happen. So I'm not shocked by it. Yeah. And you've got the likes of, I was watching Saka on Sunday. He just looked out of it. He was getting bullied by Luke Shaw. I looked at, what's his name? The other player. So you've got Kai Havertz, you've got Saka. Listen, whether Gabriel Magalhaes should play the full game, I think when somebody's got that kind of injury coming back from there, you had Mascara, you could have probably brought him on. Do you know what I mean? But you've made him play the whole game. You made Saka play 97 minutes, right? What would you expect? There's going to be some kind of injury. Declan Rice looked knackered. looked absolutely knackered. He's doing the work for Zubimendi as well because he's trying to protect him as well. So you're going to have all this. So that's why. And listen, it's the first game of the season. I sort of said, well, by Christmas, we've been saying, DJB, I've said it on your show, by Christmas, we're going to see some people dropping. Well, it's not Christmas now.
Oh, massive. Oh, massive, mate. Absolutely massive. And the pressure they're going to be under as well to get points on the board. But here we have it here. Misk or MI, big up everyone that's just joined us. But what pisses me off is we needed him before the Havertz injury. Normski, why has it taken an absolute disaster to now realise, oh, hang on a minute, we better go for Eze now because Havertz is injured? Why wasn't we strengthening at the start of the window when we should have been strengthening at the start of the window? Why this guy is coming in hopefully now?
Yeah.
Why weren't he in June? What was the hold up? Why has it taken all this time? It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, we've heard the talk in it. We have to go and get our backup players. Big up Northside.
Big up Northside for joining us, guys. Big up the North, the legend.
In his nightgown, like the old nightgown. Yeah, but listen, bro. But listen, going back to what you just say, DJB. I mean, literally, Arsenal are not proactive. They don't think proactively. Yeah, they always react, and it would have been basically the fan base or the ones that have got sense would have lost it. Do you know what I mean? I think for the top gooners, they would be sort of saying, "Oh, don't worry, you know what I mean, blah blah blah." Put their heads in the sand and hope it all will go away. It hasn't gone away. As you can see, we've had an injury, and now all of a sudden they react to that. I just said, why did we get them at the beginning? Yeah, you're talking about going and getting backup players at the beginning. That £52 million that we spent on Midweek. So it's either they're lying to us, they either got the money or they haven't got the money. But they've so all of a sudden, just all thin air, the money's come up. Interesting.
Yeah.
So the money was always there. So that maybe they didn't intend to get Eze. Maybe somebody said, well, now that we've got this injury, we're going to go for it. So it's strange all of a sudden we've come up with the money, but why are we so reactive? We're never, ever, that's why we're always 2-3 steps behind the clubs that know how to do business. We're always behind. And then we're always foolish. Every year we go into the window, we're always going to be short. Oh, we need to fix that side. We still need to fix that left side. So I don't think just bringing in Eze, and if it gets over the line, it's going to sort that left-hand side because you've still got the left-back situation to sort out. I still feel that our midfield is not as strong as it is. Yeah? And then with us probably losing Kivio, you're gonna need to go and bring in another defender. So there's still a lot of work to do.
Oh, it's crazy. No, they're taking us for mugs, aren't they? This money's always been there for Eze. Why wasn't this deal done earlier? Why is it that this club has reacted on the back of an injury? And there's going to be more injuries, by the way. Why weren't this guy brought in right from the start? Because this guy was never, ever going to be signed, was he? All our business was done. What are you saying, brother?
No, big up, man. Love for having me on. Big up.
Yeah, big up, North. Thank you very much, my friend.
Normski and DJB. Legends, yeah. Because there's no repercussions at Arsenal. Why would you have to go above if you get celebrated for the bare minimum? That's why. There was no repercussions. The fans weren't up in arms that Eze was going Spurs. They didn't kick off. They didn't kick off that Spurs have won a Europa League and we're still here, sitting here thinking, what can we actually win this season? So at the end of the day, companies do the bare minimum as to what satisfies the customer, innit? They're not going to go over and beyond and overspend. So I feel like that's what it is at Arsenal. They're like, well, do we really have to? No. We can make do with what we've got. The fan base ain't really kicking off. The fan base itself set the standard anyway before we got into the window. They said all we need is a striker. So the club hears that on social media and then goes, okay, well, we got the striker. They're happy now. You know what I mean? The fan base weren't calling up for anything else. They just said, we just need a striker. We just need a striker. We just need a striker. And they got us Gyökeres. When we all knew that the picture was worse than what they were trying to paint to us fans. We knew that we needed multiple signings, but yeah, just bare minimum Arsenal. We've been like this for a long time. Just bare minimum. You know, as long we see this club every single time they get into Champions League spots, take the foot off the gas. The only time they put their foot on the gas is when we're outside of the Champions League. Then all of a sudden yeah, we need to spend, we need to get this player, that player. As soon as we get Champions League, do we really need it? Nah, we can do without it. We've been finishing second. Do we really need it? Do you know what I mean? I think this club, before I finish, I think this club's mentality is, do we have enough to get Champions League? Is it enough to get Champions League revenue? If it is, we don't need to do any more. We don't need to go over, above what we're currently doing. And that's what they're doing, just cruising that whole Champions League qualification. They did it with Wenger. And then it's all panic stations when the club regresses to the point where we're no longer in the top four. So it's been like this for a long time.
No, it's facts. It's so annoying. It's so jarring, isn't it? That, it's taken all of this to just sign Eze. But we're still short. This is what people don't understand. We're all going to be gassing up. Oh, yeah, we've got Eze. We've got this one. We've got this one. But haven't people realised that if anything happens to Gyökeres, we've got Marino as our striker? Let that sink in, Norms. Yeah? What they don't realise is this Eze is going to come in. He'll probably play him left wing because he's going to play Odegaard. Even though Odegaard is dropping stinkers left, right and centre, he's going to play Odegaard. So he's going to play Eze left wing. We change his position. He's going to be non-effective. And if anything happens to Gyökeres, now there's no Havertz, who's going to step up? Oh, Mikel Merino. What we saying, Norms? People are not grasping this, brother. Norms, what we saying? Can you hear me?
I didn't hear you. Sorry, because my thing's playing up.
I'm saying, Norms. What people don't realise, what fans don't realise, if anything happens to Gyökeres, where's the backup striker? It's Marino.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that.
So what I'm saying is, we're still short, even though Havertz
definitely.
We're gassing up Havertz.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I'm saying. It's good news that we're getting this Eze deal and we've hijacked the deal and that, but we are still short in that attacking thing. And there's talk about Jesus possibly coming back and all that. He's coming back from a long-term injury. Yeah, 4 knee surgeries. Forget that. Right? We are short, and we haven't done enough in this window. So people saying, "Oh, this is an 8 out of 10 window, 9 out of 10 window." I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, with Eze coming in now, I'm giving it a 5. We still haven't done enough, and we need a striker. But we know what's going to happen. IT Solutions, that's it. Moreno's going to end up being that one. You saw what happened when Kai Havertz was out the other day in pre-season. I think it was either Hong Kong or wherever it was. Right? He ended up coming on, and playing up front. So that's what's going to happen. So all of a sudden now you've got Moreno covering 2 spots as a backup striker and as a midfielder who can't stay on his feet.
It's crazy.
So so what are they going to do? I mean, are we going to end up doing something on deadline day? I don't know. But we with Kai Havertz out now, I wouldn't even call Kai Havertz a striker. that's
no.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We need to go and get 2 proper. We need 2 proper strikers. So
that's what he was banking on. That's what he was banking on. I mean, Northside, this is the reality, though, isn't it? This is the reality now, because where can you see Eze playing if he comes in? I'd like to see him in the 10. I think that's where he should be. But then he ain't going to drop Odegaard. And then if Gyökeres gets injured, suspended, or falls off of a cliff, like a lot of the players do with this manager, you've got Mikel Merino as our backup striker. So I'm trying to find... I found a positive that Eze's coming in, but I'm trying to find a positive of where do we go from here? Because to me, we're in no better situation. What are we saying, Norms? North.
I hear what you're saying. I think this fan base love to talk about context. I think we need to take on context today as well, because we're happy with Eze coming to Arsenal. It's not a point. It's the manner that they try to finesse us. They're trying to finesse us with because they said to us, we was always going to go for Eze. The Madueke deal wasn't going to stop us. But then heard today, now after the injury, is why we're going for a forward. Both of those statements contradict each other. Were we going for a forward? They even said to us, let Eze go to Spurs because we're going to get Rodrigo. But then we get news about, oh no, we weren't going for anyone, but now that we've got the injury, and I think that's the thing. It's like it's the same with Zubimendi. We dragged it on so long that it took the excitement out the deal. I was happy with Zubimendi for what I heard for people that watch La Liga. But when you drag it out for so long, it takes the fun out of it. It takes the excitement away from the signing, and then you know what I mean. And then it's the same as it was the same with Gyökeres as well. It's like Gyökeres took so long, and I don't know. I wanted Gyökeres. That it's like it took so long that by the time we got him over the line, it's like, well, do you know what I mean? You guys jogged it. The deal was on. The deal was off. It takes away from the signing. Yeah. Obviously, ultimately, we're happy when we get the right players. Like, okay, ultimately, like if the club take a long time, we get the right players. We're happy, but it's the way that they're trying to undercut and sell us this season, like to trying to hype it like, oh, we got the striker, but then it's like, well, why are we not getting the winger? Why are we not getting the 10? Why are we not getting the deep line playmaker? Why are we not getting the centre back? Why are we not getting the left back? These are all areas that when you're looking at the backups, you're like, they're not good enough to sustain the title run. So I think this club just has a way of taking the excitement out of the deals, the way they drag on deals, they drag it on. And then it makes us feel like, okay, well, we're going to get Eze, but we're not going to get anything else unless we get another injury. Because basically, we've done all our business. Well, that's what it was, isn't it? If we didn't get an injury, that's basically business done.
Northsidei, I've got a job for you. Yeah, I need you to go down to a certain man's house and do the thing. Yeah, right.
But this is it. This is the crazy thing, isn't it? We was on Potsy channel yesterday and saying, "Oh no, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen." And let's be fair, the top gooners are going to go, "Oh yeah, but now who's laughing now? I told you it was coming." Listen, no signings was coming to this football club until Kai Havertz, until this brother. What rocked up injured, right? Nothing was happening. Eze weren't coming. He would have ended up at Spurs, right? Rodrigo, pipe dream. It's always been a pipe dream. No one was coming, right? But what people don't realise now is Eze's coming in. Everyone wants him playing more central and in the 10. We know he's going to try him at left wing. And on top of that, Norms, we've given Trossard an improved wage structure. So what role now is Trossard going to have in the team? This is why we're saying our sort of channels pick the bones out of it. We don't go skipping down the road. Eze's coming to town and all the banners out and all the balloons. We don't go doing all that shit, right? Because Trossard now has been given more wages, for being a bench player, right? More wages. So, Eze, what's happening with the Trossard thing? What's all that about? Is he going to be on the left wing? Is he going to? What role is he going to have now?
Well, this is the thing. This is the question I was asking on my channel. I was sort of saying the same thing. I said, I mean, if rumours are to be believed that he's going to be getting 220, well, that's just absolutely crazy. I mean, that's on one. I saw it on one of the X accounts. Now, if that is the case, you're giving a guy 220. I'm not saying that's gospel, but just saying if that was the case, then surely he's a starter, isn't he? 220, but he's a starter.
Well,
he's 30 years old, and in 2 years' time, right, he runs down that contract and he goes for nothing. So yet again, bad business, because we was told that he was going to be last week. He was on his way out. So I didn't get the Trossard thing. Getting 2 years and getting an increase thing on his wages. I didn't get that. So don't know what the situation with Martinelli, because I was looking at it this way. Before we knew about the Kai Havertz thing, I was thinking, well, we're not going to buy any more players, and it looks like we're going to probably go into the season with Martinelli and Trossard on the left, right? Which way round? It would probably, based on what, if he's getting a bumper pay rise, he'll probably start up in front of Martinelli. And then obviously Madueke is meant to be the backup to Saka. But we know that really, truly, I think he prefers Madueke on the left. Arteta prefers Madueke because every time, Martinelli has came off. Who's come on? Madueke. And where does he play? On the left. And he had a stinker when he come on against Man United. He got absolutely ripped by Ahmed. Absolutely ripped to pieces. So that's the situation there. So it's confusing. And this club speaks with forked tongue. They don't speak truth because all of a sudden they've got £60 million to spend. And then you've got top gooners talking around and saying, I'd rather Arsenal don't come out and tell us the truth. So in other words, they just want to stick their heads in the sand and just feed us this rubbish what Northsidei just talked about. Because we don't know if we're coming or going. It'd be better if you just turn and say we haven't got the money or we have got the money. Why all the cloak and dagger stuff? Just don't get it. And that's why we as Arsenal fans, we get so frustrated. And we will, as bottom gooners, pick the bones out of this. Yeah? Some people say, you should be happy. And then you're going to have to talk to the CEO who told you. They didn't know. They didn't know. Because at the end of the day, everyone was resigned to the fact that Eze was going to Tottenham. He turned around and said, yes, he's going to there. But he was always there waiting. And because of the Kai Havertz injury, this is what's happened. They reacted because of it. And then all of a sudden, the money is there.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Let me big up to the chat, by the way. Make sure that you're subbing to Northside. Make sure you're subbing to Normski TV as well. You know, absolute legends. Let's bring in the super chat before we go. Big up, Lynch. Eze, big up to you, legends. It can go on buzzing. Come on, lads. Big up, guys. Eze is massive. Come on, you Gunners. We wanted him. We got him. Lynch, I know your excitement, brother, and always a regular on the show. Big up, my friend. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, listen, we're not saying that we're not gassed about the Eze signing. We're not saying that we didn't want him. We're not saying that, you know, we wanted this guy from the start. What we're saying is you have to question, why has it taken a Kai Havertz injury to get this deal done? Why wasn't it done earlier? You know, it's crazy because they've had the money there all along and they've been telling us that, you know, all these signings have been stalling. Let's be honest. If there was no Havertz injury, no one would be coming to this football club. So, you know, but big up, Lynch. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Big up the chat as well. Northside, I ain't spoke to you about this since all of this Trossard stuff. What do you make of that, my friend? The Trossard, the wages, and what role is he going to have in the football team? Is he going to start? Is he going to be a false nine? What's going to happen with the Trossard thing?
Reece Nelson part 2. Nketiah part 2.
Oh,
the series continues. You know what I mean? It would be good with the EastEnders. Doom, 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 doom. That's what it is. It's a cliffhanger. We're gonna new season. You know what I'm saying? Trossard, it's crazy, man. That we've seen us giving so many players that don't deserve contract renewals, new contracts. El Nene, Rob Holden. Some of them weren't terrible, but they were just steady eddies that just ain't gonna do anything for us. You know, not all of them were terrible, but it just reeks of the same old rubbish, doing the bare minimum Arsenal, you know. And I know it's a little bit different circumstance, but bare minimum in the same energy as going out there and getting Sterling instead of going and getting Dovbyk as an example, or getting Santiago Jimenez. You know, we'll sign Sterling because it's cheaper. We don't have to put the money down. We'll go get Willian because it's cheaper. We don't have to go and, you know, he wants to stay in London and it makes sense. And go and get David Luiz or Welbeck. That boy Welbs. And everybody's, that boy Welbs. You know what I mean? And all this rubbish. Like, who cares about that boy Welbs? You know what I mean? With this flipping cocoa head. I'm tired of these guys. So it's just bare minimum again from this football club. That's the energy that I feel when I see these kind of renewals. It's like the player was said to fall out with the manager. The manager wasn't in favor of Trossard because when he was in form, he didn't get paid. He didn't get played, and he was preferring Martinelli. And then all of a sudden, it's like we get an injury. Here's the contract on the table. Like, what's going on? We were supposed to be selling him to flipping AC Milan. Like, what happened to that? You know what I mean? Like, the same with Zinchenko, and it just, I don't know, man. This club, they don't do what they need to do in the market, and then they just, I don't know. They're just holding on. But even a mother has to cut her umbilical cord. You know, even a mother has to cut the umbilical cord. I don't know why Arsenal fans have to keep holding on to these players. Your own mum had to cut the umbilical cord so you can start breathing on your own. You can start eating on your own. Why are we holding on to these players, bro? It don't make any sense to me. Like, putting him on stupid wages, we've been doing that. And it's like we don't. The biggest upset is that we don't learn. It's not about making mistakes. Every club makes mistakes. Chelsea's ownership made mistakes. but they learned from that. PSG made mistakes in the Champions League. They learned from that. Pep made mistakes at Man City in the Champions League. They learned from that. We see other teams learning. We don't learn. You know, but then it goes down to the same energy as getting Norgard. That's basically the Danish El Nene. That's what that is. Yeah, I'm saying
it is worse.
The Kivio, that's the Polish Rob Holding. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's true. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, no, man. I can't deny it. I can't deny it. I've been saying it all the time. This is the problem. And another thing as well, we've still got Fabio Vieira,
Lokonga,
Nelson, Stanley Lokonga. We've still got all these players at the football club. And now on top of this, and I've got to bring this up because I've been saying this for a long, long time now, Ethan Nwaneri. And I said that this guy's been sold a dream like Emil Smith Rowe was sold a dream. Oh, you'll play more central. You'll have a big role to play, blah, blah, blah. But now he's got Eze coming through the door. He ain't going to replace Saka. He's not going to dislodge Odegaard. It's obvious to the football manager that he prefers Marino because he bought on Marino against Manchester United and kept Ethan on the bench. I can see Ethan Nwaneri going out on loan. I can see it happening. So, Norms, what's going to happen with Ethan Nwaneri and all these players at the football club on wages, by the way?
I think the thing with this Ethan, because obviously the talk was that doing the Ethan deal, right? That's the reason why they didn't see. There's so many different things going on, different storylines and plots going on. So the talk was that by doing the Ethan deal, we wouldn't go for what's his name? We wouldn't go for Eze. So, okay, if that's what they think, now all of a sudden now we can get Eze. So what's going to happen to Ethan? Because on Sunday, he had an opportunity to bring him on. As I said, being sold a dream. You know, I had a big fanfare of him signing and everything. You know, I would have this situation now. It would be better probably to put this guy out on loan so he can get minutes. Because he ain't going to get minutes whilst Odegaard is there. He ain't going to get the minutes. And to be perfectly honest, I think he's better off going out on loan. You know, he's talented, but he's going to need the minutes. And I don't think whilst Arteta is there, whilst Odegaard is there, I don't see him because they can say, "Oh, it's blocking his pathway." You know, if you brought in Eze, it's going to block his pathway. Well, Odegaard is blocking his pathway, so why not just send him out on loan, right? All right, so he could get minutes, and then, as I said, you probably still need to go and get another midfielder because you got Max Downham there, but again, too young. Yeah, so it's either that or you Arteta grows a bit and says, right, I'm gonna play and give Ethan more minutes, because when Odegaard is giving stinker after stinker last season, stinker after stinker, yeah, he would get hooks in about the 80th minute, and then Ethan has come on giving microwave minutes. It's not enough. He can't develop. Yeah, on the ball he's good, but some people will say that he's not good off the ball. He's still got a lot to learn, and that's fair play. That's what it is. But the way Arteta treats him is bad. Now look at Isak.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I'll put him on loan, but we can't afford to because of the numbers. It's a numbers game now because he ain't going to use any of those players, even though they were all out in the open air training today. You know, he ain't going to use those players. We've got to get them off the books because he ain't going to use it. They're just taking up space. So if we are able to get rid of the 5 or 6 players before the window closes, and then try and go and get in another backup striker, then we need to do something. But that left back situation for me is something that needs to be addressed as well. But yeah, Ethan, I just hope he gets more minutes this season. But if I was the manager and I organised my side properly, I would be probably sending him on loan so that he could develop.
No, what's your opinions on Ethan? Do you think he's going to get minutes? Do you think he's only going to be used in domestic cups? Is Eze going to kind of put a stop to his development? Or can you see him?
No, I agree with Normski. I think it's harder for Arteta to drop a player that he's invested real funds in. The sad thing is because he's come through the youth academy, he can always little bro him and be like, do you know what I mean? Like, because you haven't invested, where the fan base will make him more accountable for players he's actually had to pay money for. The board are going to look at him and say, well, we've invested X amount on this player. Why is he not playing? So I feel like he'll lean more towards that as a safety card. It's kind of like when you get like a side chick and you're getting all the sex you want, and then you're getting the showers and everything. Yeah, it's like, why would I promote you to my girlfriend? I'm getting everything. Minus the headache. There's no reason. There's no reason for promotion.
Exactly.
Like, I'm getting everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're laughing because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Why?
Man's got some wild takes, man.
Why make the commitment when you don't need to?
I don't need to. I get the birthday gifts. I get the Christmas gifts. You know what I'm saying?
You get told that she loves you every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The reverse cowgirl, everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, well, why? Like, there's no need for me to do.
I don't know
what
you are. Seriously, I don't know.
She's happy, I'm happy, and then they keep coming back. But why is you not promoting me? I'm like, what? Do you know? You want to play Champions League? You don't want to play Champions League, so just relax. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're all a winner.
He's the manages.
I reckon Ethan's Emil Smith Rowe Mark II. I can see it in Emil Smith Rowe settings. But big up Seymour, big up DJB and Northside in the chat. What news to hear at the end of the day? Won't see 29 on the pitch for months, and we're getting a player we need over the line. Now that's a get. Now let's get a striker and a left back.
There you go, Doctor.
Big up, my friend. Big up. I mean, listen, no one likes to see serious injuries. If it's a serious injury to players, I don't condone that. I don't like to see any professional player with a serious injury. And I hope it ain't too serious for Kai Havertz. However, it's just a shame that he's been the fall guy, because that's all he's been. He's the fall guy. He's the one that's had to get injury to get signings done at this football club. They've not listened to any fans. They've not listened to what we wanted. We wanted Eze. We wanted Rodrigo. We didn't want Norgard. And yet, here we are. But another thing that worries me, right? I mean, these are kind of not been updated as yet. But what gets me, and I've said this before, another thing that people don't realise, because, chat, when you see this, we've got Havertz on a long-term injury on these wages. So this is what you got to look at, guys. Kai Havertz is on 280 grand a week. We've got Gabriel Jesus on 265 grand a week. Both of them are on the sick bed. Both of them don't play football at this football club at this current time. Look at those wages and look at the top earners at this football club, and none of them are kicking a ball right now. And we are still only got one out-and-out striker at this football club. How can that be when a manager has been in place for nearly 7 years? See, this is what people don't realise, chat. When you're all getting excited about Eze, you need to look at the deep root of this football club right now. As I said before, we're all excited about Eze being at the football club. I wanted Eze last year. I wanted Elise and Eze together.
Yeah.
Right? But it didn't happen. But look at this. Kai Havertz, Northside, 280 grand. Gabriel Jesus, 265 grand. By the way, those salaries might have gone up. This could be upgraded, right? And both of them are not kicking a ball at this football club. And we've still only got one out-and-out striker. How has this happened, North? How has this happened?
Because it's our only selling point. The only selling point at this club is the money. You only come to Arsenal if you want to be on the shopping. If you want to be on the shopping list potentially if you play well for the elite clubs, and if you want to earn a lot of money and boost up your sponsorships and your social media. Because one thing joining Arsenal, your social media will go up. You'll have you'll have fans that will love you no matter what, and you'll get paid a pretty penny. This is why Willian came here, and nothing's changed since then. Man United are trying to get rid of that. They had Phil Jones there for a long time. This is what happens when you're not successful and you pay the big money. Teams are like, okay, I'll go there for a payday, or I'll go there. I saw, Van Persie went there, then he went on to bigger things, and Nasri went there, went on to bigger things, and Fabregas went there, went on to bigger things. Adebayor went there, went on to bigger things. That's our only selling point. This is why the wages are like this. This is what happens when you don't have success. This is what it's like those guys, yeah. I don't know what's up with I don't know. My brain analogies too many these days. Guys that don't have no game, they have to pay for it. Men that have no game, they have to pay for it. They have to. Do you know what I mean? There's not a choice like, it's a weekend with the boys. No, you have to. That's your only selling point. You got a pot belly. Nobody ain't looking your way. Do you know what I mean? You ain't got any chat. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a pot belly, have chat, poor girls. But you have no wit, nothing. You're not funny.
Wait. I've got a pot belly. Behave yourself.
No, they can't all look like you, brother. I mean, you're
you know what I mean? Your six pack.
Man. Come on, give them a break here.
No. But listen, I've seen no. You can have a pot belly. You can have receding hairline. If you got banter, you got personality. That's game.
Yeah, I'll make you right.
You know what I mean? You don't need to. We see a lot of guys. You're like, how the hell is he with her?
Yeah. Because they got money.
You know what I mean? So, exactly. I remember one guy pulled my older sister. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like this, the levels ain't leveling right now. What's going on? I realized the guy he was a smooth talker. I was like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, but was he on good money all week?
Was he minted? Was he minted?
You can have all the pot bellies in the world if you're earning good money. That gets you out of a lot of trouble, my brother.
He had a massive head like the singer Neo. I don't know if you remember the singer Neo when he had a massive cranium. He had that with the flipping Craig David. You know the Craig David cap?
Man.
I remember my mum was like, yo, Craig David's good looking, And then he took off the cap. She's like, nah. Well,
I don't have that problem. Like I've got 3 beautiful sons, man. I don't have that problem with daughters, thank God.
He had a massive cranium, but all the game he had in that massive cranium looking like an air balloon. He had all the game, but I can't lie. I learned a couple things from him, man. I was like, yo, that Antonio, he knew how to chat up the girls, but I was like, bro, look at this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man.
Sade helps in the game.
Yeah, man. That flipping.
Bless up, Lux, man. Bless up. Bless up the chat all day long. Thank you for joining us, man.
That's it. That's what it is with us, DJB. That's what we've got. We've got one. We have to pay for it. If we want top, we've got to pay for it. Well, you look at Liverpool. They've got top players that have won multiple major honours. And they're on half of what some of our top earners are on.
Yeah, I'll try and get Liverpool's wages up. I mean, but Normski, look at this, right? And nearly £1 billion. Look at these wages. Remember that they got bonuses on top of that as well. All right, Thomas Partey has left the club. We know Raheem Sterling's left the club, but we've still got Zinchenko at the club. Look, 106. Look.
Was he 150, 160?
150 grand.
Mikel
Merino. There's our backup striker. There's our striker. So we've got 2 strikers on 250 and 265 and 280 grand. And Mikel Merino, who's our backup striker, is on 130 grand. Yeah. And then you got, Kieran Tierney's left. We know that. Honestly, this is crazy, isn't it?
I mean, the thing is, what Northsidei said. I mean, listen, you're coming here for a payday, and they're happy to sit down and take that. And you've got Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah getting 100k, right, and one getting that number 14 shirt, which was an absolute shambles. Why they did that, I don't know. Then they want to give Reece Nelson because they said they want to protect his value. Reece Nelson is getting 100k a week. Yeah, why do you think? Yeah, because remember we've been trying to offload him to Fulham. Now Fulham, obviously want him. All right, but they want him just on a loan. I think it's a straight loan. I don't even think it's an obligation. Now we're saying we want to sell him outright, right? But he's actually come out and said he's happy to go on loan because why? Because he knows he's getting 100 bags a week.
There we go.
Right.
100 grand, Nelson.
Reece
Sandy
Nelson.
Conga, 50 grand.
When was the last time you saw Lukonga kick a ball? He didn't kick one. The only time he's kicked a ball, is in the open training day today. That's the only time.
We're ripping up contracts as well. We got, you know what I mean? We had Tommy Asu on 100 grand a week. We ripped his contract up. See you later. Bye. You can go for free. Tierney went. We've still got Carl Hine at the football club.
Yeah.
Still got Carl Hine at the football club. I mean, this is honestly, but this is what I'm saying, right? So all I'm saying is, guys, right, is Eze coming into this football club is a plus. Is a plus. It is only a plus if this manager can get the best out of Eze.
Yeah.
Because we've seen what he's done to Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard was not that bad when he came to this football club. I don't care what anyone says. We've seen what he's done to Martin Odegaard. What's he going to do to Eze? Look what he's done to Martinelli. Has he improved Trossard? No. Has Saka gone up levels and levels and levels? No. So, North, I'm still. I want to be positive. Honestly, trust me, I want to be positive. Got a big game coming up on Saturday. I can't wait for the opening game of the season. But I've still got my. I'm still worried. I'm still worried. Where is Eze going to start, and is he going to get the best out of him under this football manager? What's going to happen?
That's exactly what I said earlier on. Is he going to get the best out of him? That's the main thing. Is he getting the best out of this team? That's why you're saying that. Is he getting the best out of the team? Is he making the right substitutions? We're still making so many defensive substitutions. We did this against Villarreal, making 6 defensive substitutions. There's so many things going wrong with this manager. I genuinely feel that this is the year that he's going to get sacked, because there's things that, regardless of if you're Arteta in, Arteta out, there's things that people can see. Style of play, not good enough, regardless of where you stand on this manager. Not getting the most out of Gyökeres isn't good enough. You wanted a clinical goal scorer, you got one now. You've got to make it work. Persistent with Odegaard as being your number 10, you've got to get the most out of him. You know, signing Madueke, the whole fan base didn't want Madueke. Like, I think the amount of things, like, it used to be us talking about things that we didn't like. Now, a lot of the things that we don't like, they're having to agree because they can't defend it. They can't defend the Madueke. And this is a fan base that defended Havertz. This is a fan base that defend everything. You know? They still can't defend it. You know, they were resorting to training ground clips to defend Madueke. They're seeing the regression of Saka. They're seeing the regression of Ben White. They're seeing Martinelli being a shadow of himself. There's so many players they're seeing regress under this manager. They're running out of excuse. They know they're running out of excuses because they're even looking at it and saying, well, what's the improvement? What's the improvement? You got certain players, but why are we playing? You bought Zubimendi. Why is Zubimendi looking this bad? He didn't look this bad in La Liga. Why is he looking this bad? How does he go from playing the way he played against Atletico Bilbao to being that bad against Man United? And that's the thing. It's like we're not seeing the development of certain players, and we're not seeing the development of certain youngsters. Lewis Skelly's been looking worse than what he was. Do you know what I mean? 1 year under Arteta, looking worse.
Yeah, absolutely true. And the thing is, people think we're attacking Lewis Skelly. No, I love the player. I think what he's done, you know, is brilliant. I mean, last year.
He's not a left back, though, Norms.
He's not. No, I know that. That's the point. And we've been saying this. And absolutely, I've seen it. I saw him in the game in pre-season. He was terrible in pre-season. Yeah. And I know a guy that knows him well. I mean, I know a guy that knows him very well. You know what I mean? And, you know, he came on in that Man United game, gave away a free kick. He's just too rash. He's a midfielder trying to do 2 jobs, midfield and as a left back. You saw the game on Sunday. Both the flanks were left exposed. It was so easy to play against us because it's just you lose the ball. It's just one ball over the top. My man's getting rinsed. California's getting rinsed. So he had to get a yellow card because he's tugging down on Mbemba's thingy. And then on the other side, you got Dorgu against Ben White because Ben White is coming in and trying to do 1-2s in the centre of the park with Saka. So this is down to the manager. It's down to the manager and his tactics. He's not a good manager. He's not a good. Well, okay. Listen. If you go and coach some League Two side, maybe yeah. But go and learn your trade, man, and don't use Arsenal as a potty training club because that's what it is. He's coming, big club like, and the players that have come in. You look at Gokris, he's coming, yeah, right, and yes, he's got to hit the ground. You know, he's going to take a bit of time and everything, but you don't come in and in that game you don't have no shots in that thing. And it was somebody made a point that since him leaving Coventry, that's the first time Gokris has had those a minimum amount of touches and not one shot on target. It's a coincidence that when he comes to Arsenal that happens. Crazy, yeah, we know that. You know, we know that he was banging in there, and people are going to say the Portuguese league is the Farmers League and whatever. It doesn't matter. You do what you need to do. You had 2 number 10s working with him. They're creative players that made it work.
This is why we've got to get creative.
We've got no creativity. Now, I'm hoping that Eze will do that, but as you said, is Arteta going to coach this out of him as well?
But where's he going to play, Norms? This is the problem. As you said, you know, he had 2 number 10s on the pitch. He had 2 creative players on occasions. Let me just get this super chat. Big up Joseph Golden. Big up my friend. Big up DJB, the panel. Odegaard and Saka worrying at the moment. Yeah, it is. It is what it is. It is worrying because Saka didn't look fit for me, Joseph. I don't know about you, but he never looked right for me. His running pattern. You watch the way he was running towards the end of the game there.
Yeah.
He started limping again. He just didn't look right. His whole body language. You had to look at his, just everything about him just didn't look right. Big up, my friend. Thank you for the super chat all the time. Big up the chat. Make sure that you are subbing to Northside. You know where to find him. Make sure you're subbing to Normski as well. It does help our channels, guys. We need channels like Northside's and yeah, big up, my friend. The Suge is in. Suge member for 1 month. Big up the Suge. Big up DJ Normski, Northside in the chat all day long. Suge is in as well. No, I mean it's crazy, man. Because I can't see. Okay, let's go on about Saturday. Let's go Saturday Leeds, right? Let's say we've got Eze. He doesn't need any pre-season. He's had all that. So we can't use the Yorkeres narrative whereby, oh, you know, he's feeling his way in. He's not fully 100% fit. Eze is up and running. He's done all the pre-season with Palace. He's played Premiership. He played the other week again for Palace. He's played all pre-season. So if we get him today and do all the paperwork, he's available against Leeds.
Yeah.
Right, North? So what I'm trying to say is, guys, is where's he going to play? Because for me, he's straight in the team. Is he going to drop Odegaard? Is he going to play Eze on the left? Where's he playing Saturday? So let's say we've signed him. He's in. Done deal. Up and running. Where we playing him, North?
Do you know what? It's a tricky one because if you put him on the left, is he going to have the same goal output if he plays as a 10? That's the tricky thing because I wanted to go. Obviously, I wanted Dalman to be starting with Ethan and Dalman being on the wings and Ethan in the 10.
100%.
But at the same time, if Eze comes in, then I don't mind playing. Maybe you go Eze. If you can't play Dalman now, you play Eze in the 10. You put Saka on the left, and you put Ethan on the right, and then you play Gyökeres. Maybe that's the best lineup, but it's better than what we're starting with right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Martin's put on that he's got to have a medical on Friday, so he probably might not be available Saturday. Yeah, it will be a bit of a rush job, but I mean that medical can go through very, very quickly because the guy's not reported injured and he played at the weekend. But I understand it, but it's going to be difficult because if it was me, I'd try and get Odegaard and Eze in the team, and try and try.
So what? Play 2 what? What play 2 what? 8s?
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, because Odegaard's not really a 10.
Where's he going to play, Norms?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a hard one because I like that setup. I like what Northside said there, where you know, if it was us, yeah, playing Ethan on the right, and you've got my man coming in from the left, and then Gokko he's going to get fed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Gokko is going to definitely get fed. He's going to get bullets, all right? But we know this manager, you know what I mean? I think if Eze was available, but knowing this manager, I think he'll start him on the bench, maybe just to prove a point, like just let him know that I'm still in charge, kind of thing. But it's me. I like that kind of setup from what Northside is saying. Do you know what I mean? And I've got no qualms of dropping Odegaard. I mean, if you was gonna, in terms of the 4-3-3, I think Northside's talked about it, 4-2-3-1. You know, where you've got Rice in the pivot with Zubamendi, and then you've got Eze playing that left side 8, but can sort of cut because he's quite creative. So, do you know what I mean?
But do you know where I'm getting at though? This is
I get you.
The only place I can see Eze playing is left wing. So we've got 4 left wingers at the moment because Madueke's been brought in as a left winger. Martinelli there, Trossard there, right? And now this is what I'm saying. So you've got all these players there that ain't taking us to the next level. So I reckon Eze, the only place he's going to be able to start is left wing. So now we've got the problem is Martinelli's still at the club. Trossard has been given extra wages, you know? And it's true what North said about Dowman. I'd have played Dowman, but he's too young. He's not ready. Shouldn't be playing him. Ain't this about winning trophies? Have we got to win trophies or not? Because this season is absolutely massive. Why ain't we playing these young flared players? Because Gyökeres needs the service.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get that service. He's not going to get that service as it sits right now with Rice and Zubamendi, Odegaard, Stacker on the right, Martinelli on the left. He's not getting the service. So I can only see Eze playing on the left.
And Trossard's not really like a left. He's not an out left, so he's more of an attacking left. Do you know what I mean? So forward. You know what I'm saying? He's like not quick. He's not pacey, but he's, you know what I mean? He can keep with both feet. He's tricky, especially when he gets into those central areas. Yeah. But as an out and out left winger, he's not that. And Eze's not that either. Right. So, you know what I mean? So the only real person that can play as a left winger because he's got a left foot. Yeah, even though, you know, when he's played for Chelsea, is Madueke. Yeah. So you've got 4 options over there, but they're not good enough to take us to the next level from that point of view as left wingers. Do you know what I mean? Martinelli has dropped off a cliff, unless there's news that maybe Martinelli is going to end up going.
Apparently Saudi.
Some stuff in on Saudi clubs are looking at him. If that's the case, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm just getting. I'm acting like a girl now.
He keeps playing him. It looks like he wants him to stay starting him. Zinchenko is not getting the same love that he's showing to Martinelli. I think. True. The one that he's going to want to get rid of. Martinelli, the fact that he's starting him first game of the season. It's not even like the manager could say, "Oh, well, he's been good in preseason. I've seen something different." He's been horrendous. There's been no reason to start.
Whereas, like Ruben Amorim, he just left that Hoyland. You're not on the pitch.
Yeah, like you're not getting in. Like you're not part of my plans. Like you either go or you rot on the bench. But listen, big up, boys, man. I got to go. Unfortunately,
all right, bro.
Northside, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. You brought a bit of comedy to the thing, and yeah, man, your analogies were spot on, and as usual, spitting facts as usual. Thanks, North. Appreciate it, love, brother.
Big up.
What you got? Give your channel a shout, man.
Northside LDN. Gonna go live now. Next time, any of you get me on, please. Let me know as early as possible so I don't have a stream already booked.
Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah, no, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Banging. So here we go. Here you go. So it's there. It looks as if it's done. It looks as if it's done, my friend. No, North, big up, mate.
Big up, man.
Thank you very much indeed. Appreciate it. And speak to you soon. Make sure that you sub to North. And
see you guys.
Take it easy, my friend.
Bless, bro.
Take it easy.
So here we
Super
go. So here we go.
Lawrence Emmanuel, Tottenham fans having a massive meltdown. Oh dear, sad.
Wait,
Never mind.
DJB. I mean, he'll probably come for us, right? But I would love to go and see the expression stream.
Yeah, Sava as well. Sava as well.
Gosh,
Can
man.
you imagine?
Oh gosh, do-rag.
Yeah.
Is it do-rag diaries? He's going to be melting down as well.
Yeah,
so
you got Sava as well.
Top Spurs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Oh, can you imagine?
The only one that probably ain't melting down is Henry, because he's probably talking about Arsenal. So.
Exactly. Let me get another super chat. Suj, as always, brother. Thank you very much. If Eze comes in but plays in the conference league Thursday for Palace, is he going to be club tied and not available for our Champions League? Do you know what? With the conference being quite a new competition, I think it still counts as like a major European competition. And as far as I'm aware, you can't represent a club in a European competition and then play for another club in a European. I think he could be cup tied. I could be wrong. If someone in the chat would like to let me know. But that's a massive point, Suj. Big up the Suj all the time. Thank you for your super chat, my friend. Yeah. I mean,
we sort of mentioned. I don't know if we mentioned it. I mentioned it on my other stream about him
go on, Norms.
playing in the conference league, because if he does play in it, does he get cup tied? Now, according to one of the guys, he said that he doesn't think, because what was interesting about that DJB was up until that point, right? What they said is that Eze and Mark Gay were gonna feature in the Conference League. Glasner came out and said it. Yeah, I think at that point, I don't think, even though Tottenham were talking with Crystal Palace, or apparently the owners, right? There was still a part on the fee, so deal not done. So I think from that point of view, I think they were probably quite far apart on the deal. So that's why they said he was going to play. Now that we're having an here we go. Right, if you're saying here we go and they've agreed it, then surely he doesn't go and play for them.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Because that's big up, love, respect, my friend. Suge, no, we'll be fine for us in the Champions League. Well, if that's the facts, Arsenal Pulse, if you've looked at that and you've checked that out, let us know and confirm that, because that'd be really worrying, because you'd want him for the Champions League 100%. You would want Eze in the Champions League. And part of the reason why he was going to sign for Spurs and Arsenal was to play Champions League football. Yeah. I'm just wondering if Palace had made that, if Palace had been allowed, and I think it was just bad, really, and big up Palace anyway. But I mean, if Palace had been in the Europa League, do you think Eze could have stayed at Palace and not gone to Spurs or Arsenal? Or do you think he would still...
That's an interesting... That's a good question, mate. I mean, bro, what the chat thinks. I mean, if it was me, and if I knew that I was going to play in the Champions League, because Eze's never played in the Champions League, has he?
No. And
I knew I had the assurance of playing for Arsenal or Spurs, then I would probably pick the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Because he's 27 years old.
He's
having a meltdown.
Jamie O'Hara, Talk Sport. Jason Cundy's probably going, has anybody seen Eze? Has anybody seen Eze? Can you imagine?
Has anybody seen Eze?
Has anybody seen Thomas Frank?
He's going to smash up his house, mate.
Oh, man. No, that'd have been an interesting one, wouldn't it, on Eze? Because if it had been in the Europa League, that kind of stronger competition, I think he would have probably still gone to Tottenham or Arsenal, because he wants Champions League. So. And it's a World Cup year, isn't it?
It's a World Cup year. He's 27. Do you know what I mean? This is his only opportunity. Home. Yeah. This is his only chance. I think if it was any other club, when I say any other club, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's coming home.
Eze's coming home. Cannon facing the wrong way on his chest. Still no trophies remaining. Hey, do you know what I mean? Question
Yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
DJB and Normski. What do you make of people say that Arteta hasn't been backed when he spent 260 million this window? Joseph, Connor, Golden. We have been saying it. I'll get Normski's view on it. I can blame the board for a lot of things at this football club. What I cannot blame the board is the amount of money this guy's
manager,
had spent on him.
the most
So,
backed.
what we saying, Norms? What we saying?
He's the most backed manager. He's the most
260 million in this window.
Bro, he's the most backed manager in the Arsenal history of managers. What are we saying? Why are people? What it is, they always look for something to blame. Yeah, according to Igal, yeah, it's not Arteta's fault. Yeah, if it goes bad, it's the football, it's the players' fault. I mean, I'm here today. Now, it's not Arteta's fault. It's not the footballers' fault in terms of their performance on the pitch. It's the owner's fault. What are you talking about? The owners have backed this geezer. 260 million. Yeah? 260 million. Right? Only 40 million short of what Liverpool have done. He's backed. He was backed in the last window. Nearly £1 billion spent. You're telling me he ain't been backed? What are we talking about?
It's crazy.
It's just an excuse.
Yeah,
it's just an excuse to keep this manager longer. That's what they did last season. When they blamed injuries, they blamed come January. Oh, it's the owners. They didn't back him. Well, he was given £80 million or so in that summer window. Right? What did he do with it? Go and spend it on Moreno and Calafiori.
Yeah. And you got big channels, big massive channels saying about, oh, the fans should be like thankful for Arteta, and I don't understand why they're criticising. Worry about your own football club that's in an absolute carnage of a mess. Exactly. When was you back in Ten Hag and people like this? Do you know what I mean? Big up Lawrence again, my friend Normski. I just watched those two brothers on We Are Tottenham TV, and the pair of them look like they want to top themselves. Oh dear, it's like winning the cup against Spurs, isn't it? But you know what'll happen, Lawrence, didn't you? We'll nick Eze off of Spurs, and then we'll get Spurs in the Champions League and probably lose or something. That'd be Arsenal all over, wouldn't it?
It's quite interesting now because
that would be typical Arsenal, wouldn't it?
DJB, it's quite interesting now because what you have now is this warring faction. It's you look at Newcastle and the situation between Newcastle and Liverpool. Yeah, they're playing them this weekend, right? Isak, yeah, not wanting to play for Newcastle. They're meeting on Saturday. I said on my stream, these guys need to go and wear some bulletproof vests when they get on that pitch. Right? And now you've got the situation where we've just gone in their backyard and said, thank you very much. Yeah, you've done the work for us. Now, SA, come on. Right? So listen, when that North London derby turns up is it November? It's going to be exciting. And as you said, the Tottenham fan base right now is gone into meltdown.
Has anyone seen Eze? I mean, Cundy gets on my nerves, but but when I tell you, when Arsenal lose, man, I never even switch it on, man.
No.
Imagine we still get Rodrigo. Saba, you imagine all you like, my friend. We've got to wait for someone to get injured before we get Rodrigo. We've got to wait for basically we've got to wait for players to be dead before we get Rodrigo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, as I said to you before, look at the wages.
Mad.
We've now got 265 grand a week and 280 grand a week, both on the sick bed. Both of them are not kicking a ball for this football club. 7 years in, and we still haven't got no backup striker.
Yep. Crazy.
I'm telling you now, right? If Gyökeres gets injured or Gyökeres gets a red card, we are back to square one. Whether Eze's there or not,
Moreno up front. It's Moreno up front.
Mikel Merino, chat up front.
Can you believe it? He played up front for us in the Champions League.
Rodrigo dead lay dying. No, we've still got Nicholas Jackson to come in on loan.
Oh Lord. I think that's because the thing is because we still haven't got that striker. That's what I see. I see a mad deadline day thing like that. Where we go and get someone like a Nicholas Jackson on loan.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen. Deadline day disaster, I'll call it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Deadline.
Big
up Lux videos. If Arsenal sign Rodrigo, Arteta need to win the Champions League and the Premier League at Saba. I don't think it will happen at all since they didn't even want to get Eze.
Yep.
Back Slux. We didn't want Eze. The reason why we've got Eze, if we'd have wanted Eze, we'd have got him in June. We'd have got him in July. We would not have waited for Havertz to get injured before we got Eze. So I don't want to hear about the club has done brilliant things. It's been a fantastic window. Use your brain. The only reason Eze is coming into this football club, and I'm over the moon, by the way, is because we've had to sacrifice a player through injury.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's 29.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
And but the thing is, as you rightly said, right, DJB, yes, we are absolutely happy that it's happened, but still, there's still questions. There's more questions than there are answers. Yeah, there's still more questions than answers, as you rightly said. If my guy gets injured, Victor Gokras gets injured, who's coming in for him? Do you know what I mean? So we have to pick the bones. Why is it, as you said, why is it now that we've got Eze when we should have got him at the start of the window? Yeah. Why is it that all of a sudden we've got £60 million to spend? We was told PSR, was told FFP. Yeah. Well, no, we was okay with PSR because Ornstein did tweet it out and say, "Oh, we're okay with PSR." It's the FFP stuff that people were sort of saying, "Oh, it's the FFP." Do you know what I mean? So there's more questions than answers because you found the money. Why didn't you could have, if you found the money, do the deal earlier, and we wouldn't be in this position.
Facts.
Crazy.
I mean, a question, DJB, do you think Levy kiboshed the Eze deal for Spurs? Or do you think Vinay, who's at Tottenham as well, had something to do with this? Do you know what? I think the player. I think it's all down to Eze. I don't think the manager's got anything to do with it. I think Eze has wanted to come to Arsenal. I think he's literally picked the club over Arsenal. What are you saying on this, Norms?
I mean, based on what you say, if they've had conversations, apparently they've had conversations since July or whatever. And
Big up, Lawrence.
Sold whatever to him, the project to him, and he's always wanted Arsenal. So, but we've never had those conversations, or Arsenal not had a conversation with the club. Now, all of a sudden, now the injuries happened, bang. We can meet the because it's six. If we're putting 60 million down or whatever it is, because remember it was 68 million was the release clause, wasn't it? Yeah. So we waited for that to run out. You know what I mean? And then we said let's go in and whatever. But it's just there's too many different loopholes and stuff going on. It's it's just weird. You know what I mean? We couldn't do it because we've just this is what's been pushed out by the media. That the fact is that the Ethan Monroe deal was what scuppered the Eze deal. Yeah. So we've said, right, let him get on and do whatever. And then all of a sudden, well, it couldn't have. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's more questions than answers. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, big. I mean, Lynch, you've made a brilliant point. I mean, no way Eze is going to send shockwaves through the dressing room. The players must be excited. The players are going to be excited. We're all excited. I'll tell you what it's going to do, Lynch, and big up to you, my friend. I'll tell you what it's going to do. It's going to stick a rocket up Odegaard's backside because he knows now that if he does not perform,
thank you,
Eze is going to be stepping straight into his shoes, straight in. I'd put him in now, but it ain't going to happen.
I mean, I think
so. What it could do, Norms. What it could do, Norms. It could give Odegaard the challenge he needs.
Yeah. And I think that's what's lacking from Arsenal, because too many times years ago, not even under Arteta, even under Wenger, because a lot of those players had it easy. We didn't want Eze because we extended Ethan's contract. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
I mean, listen. Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, I was going to say. I forgot. We'll try to. We was saying about what was we?
Yeah, that is making Odegaard improve.
Yeah, improve. But the thing is that whenever you say like you look at a quality player and we want to bring in quality, I wouldn't even call them backups. Players that are going to come in and challenge. People get very protected over because they built up this relationship with the current first 11, and so they don't want to come in and mess up the apple cart or what I mean. No. Every player should be looking over their shoulder because he will get the best out of them. That's what should be happening. Should get the best out of him. All right. Obviously, Kai Havertz knew that Gokras was coming, so he thought, I better get in the gym and pump up. You know what I mean? Gets our own muscles. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that still doesn't help. He still keeps falling over. But we need competition, and I'm glad that if Eze comes in, Odegaard will step his game up. Hopefully, he will. Hopefully, he will step his game up because then we will benefit from it. Because what will happen is if he starts playing those right balls to Gyökeres, then we might see something different. But as I said, seeing it and believing is two other things. Do you know what I mean?
No, exactly. But this is what I'm saying. It's all down to the manager. And people keep saying to me, "Oh, yeah, but let's talk about." It's like I was on Potsy's yesterday, and yeah, it was going a little bit sideshow and talking about the manager, and I get that, and it can get a bit tiring. And I try not to touch on it too much because everyone knows what I feel. Yeah. And I say it time and time again. I believe he's reached his ceiling. I believe he's reached his level. He's got us competing. He's got us doing some good things. But now his time has come. It's definitely time has come. And he should have gone last season in my book. And then I'm looking at other things. Well, let's take the performance on Saturday, Norms. I know it was 3 points, Norms.
Yeah.
I know it was 3 points. And any 3 points that you walk away with at Old Trafford is nothing to be sneezed at. It's a wonderful 3 points. And I get that. But I personally was looking at this football club, this football team laying a marker down and showing the rest of the Premiership, if you think you're going to win this title easy, you're wrong. Because while we've got our number 9, we've got this, we've done this, and if you think that you're going to get your hands on that Premiership without a fight, you're wrong. That's what I was hoping Arsenal would have done on Saturday. I was hoping that they was going to set a marker down. And what I saw was Liverpool and Man City going, we ain't worried about this team. They've not showed us anything to scare us. What was your opinion on the Saturday's game, Norms?
Well, pretty much a stink fest. We went up there, stunk our way through, got the 1-0 goal, got out of there. Do you know what I mean? People are going to say it's resilience. People are going to say steel over style. We've heard all the buzzwords already and stuff like that. Now, for me, that's not sustainable. That kind of football is not sustainable. There's no way. We're hearing a narrative now. I don't care how we win, just get the result. At some point, you're gonna want to see some kind of pattern of play. Yeah, we don't want to end up being called Stoke FC or whatever. We're just relying on long balls. I mean, that game, it looked like when I watched that game on Sunday, right, DJB, it looked like it was a load of players. Like, when back in the day, you just get a load of friends just going down the park to just kick the ball. That's what it was like. Yeah, there was just no real pattern. It was too exposed, and a better side would have done us on the flanks. They would have done us because both flanks were exposed.
100%.
Yeah, so for me,
100%. We're getting buried against a better team there.
Exactly. So for me, you need to go back to you go back. Yes, we got the result. Great, fantastic. It's a tough place to go, but I didn't see anything to say, oh my gosh, as you say, if I was an opposition team like Man City or Liverpool and go, oh my gosh, they're going to scare us. Nah, there was nothing there. Man United were a better team. They had more shots there. I don't like talking about XG, but they had more XG. Yeah, they had everything. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I want to see a better performance. On Saturday evening when we play Leeds at home.
Man, it's got to happen.
But it's got to happen. I mean, for me, I don't want to see us sitting back and just playing that really slow, pragmatic football. The thing is, we have it in us to play that kind of football, but it's just what the manager. It's got to be an instruction from the manager. It's got to be.
Yeah. No, I always say the buck stops at the manager, and the problem is though, Norms, is it doesn't matter what system you play. It doesn't matter what players you play. And I understand that players has off days, and I understand that the manager puts systems in place and the players don't show up. And I get that. I understand that. But that's like one off, isn't it? But you're seeing the same patterns of play. And people are saying to me, oh, why are you so down? It's only one game. Well, it's not one game. I was watching performances like this on a regular basis last season. Yeah. I watched a pre-season all but
Bilbao. Okay.
Bilbao. All but Bilbao, I was watching it pre-season. So this ain't a one-off, is it, Norms?
It's not.
This is something that we've been seeing on a regular basis.
Yeah. Because nothing's really changed. I think, as a matter of fact, that's probably the worst football I've seen from Arsenal in about 3-4 years. It was terrible, right? So, we just left off from last year. Yeah, 14 draws, 21 points dropped from winning positions. All right, Roy Keane came out in that and when they did the old punditry, him, Daniel Sturridge, Michael Richards, and the other fella that does the interviews and stuff like that. And Roy Keane come out and said, like, he looks at Liverpool, he looks at Man City, and he sees the way they just blow teams away. We come there and score a goal and then try and protect that lead. Yeah. And then he says, you must understand why then we ended up drawing so many games or losing points from winning positions. Yeah. So we can't keep going into this season playing like that, because what we saw last season, and the football at the moment, from what I saw, yes, I know it's Man United and it's a tough place to go to, but I didn't see anything to say, oh my gosh, it was worse. So on Saturday evening, I think it's a 5:30 kickoff, right? We're going to be at home. We're going to have the fans there. You're going to be there. You know what I mean? I want to see some good football. I want to see the ball on the floor. Yeah, getting Goffers involved. Yeah, creating for him. And hopefully he will bang for us, because that's what he does. That's his job, is to score goals. But for him to not have no shots on target, DJB, is just like not good. It's not a good look.
Exactly. Yeah, but beating Leeds is nothing to write home about. Over $1 billion spent, pushing to 300 million this transfer window. Facts, David C. Big up, my friend. Give me a break. Anything less than a 2+ goal victory will be a loss in my book. Standards, David C. Absolute standards. We're expected to wipe the floor with Leeds, right?
Yeah.
The problem is every single game is a pressurised game.
That's right.
Because of what you've said there about the money that's been spent, no major trophies has been coming to the football club. For example, premierships, etc., etc., etc. Every game's a cup final. Every game's a cup final, and we've only got one out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
We only had one out-and-out striker anyway, even when Havertz was fit. But at least Havertz was the striker.
Yeah, as some sort of option.
Exactly. Yeah. Now we're looking at Marino as our backup striker. We've still got Jesus at the football club. What's going to happen? So yeah, I mean it's madness, absolute norms. Let's see the proper thrashing. We need to. Our home form's going to be key. I think we can't draw. We can't draw the amount of games next season, Norms. We won't get away with it this season.
No, we won't. Especially if, like, with Man City now, Pep. He ain't going to go another season. You saw what they did to Wolves. You know what I mean? And they weren't even playing in third gear. Do you know what I mean? Second gear, that's literally wiped the floor with them. Once they got their chance, they were clinical with it. Thing with Wolves, they flattered to deceive, because they, for 20 minutes, had, not to say they had them on the back foot, but they had chances, right? And I was watching it, and my mate FaceTimed me, and I said, I guarantee you, if Man City get a sniff and they got the windows will open, the floodgates will open, and they'll win that game comfortably. And they, Reinders, Chertsky.
Oh, Reinders. What did you make of his performance, Norms? Reinders.
Listen, mate, why could we get him? I'm sure he was less than Madueke. Chertsky was less than Madueke. Yeah, the guy's a fantastic player. Why didn't we go for him?
Proper midfield performance.
Proper midfield player. Proper.
Getting the ball, going forward.
Yep.
Breaking the lines, running beyond defences, getting back on the edge of the box.
Yeah.
This is what I want to see. Two row back. I mean, listen, I'm not going to knock Zubimendi yet, because I've not seen enough of him.
It's going to take time. He's a good player.
Yes, he's a good player. But what I did see of Zubimendi is when he's got the ball under pressure, he didn't look comfortable without the ball. he didn't look comfortable, and it's worrying, Norms, isn't it? It's worrying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, have we really upgraded on Thomas Partey? Is that a massive upgrade?
No, and again, certain people are saying that you know, that he's better than Thomas Partey, which is actually just mind-boggling. You know, the fact that he's better than how they figured that out, I don't know. I don't know what kind of football they're watching, but yeah, no, it's not an upgrade. It's not an upgrade. I was hoping before all of this Thomas Partey saga stuff. Yeah, my hope was that they would have sorted out the deal with Thomas Partey,
extended his contract,
and then ease Zubimendi in. Yeah. That would have been better. But obviously, it didn't go the way it should, and now, you know, he's got to come in now. And in that game on Sunday, I mean, the game bypassed him, mate. Do you know what I mean? There was one point where he was playing like in defence, and a couple of times he wasn't going with his runner. The game was just happening too quick around him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In La Liga, it's much slower. You know what I mean? When he's got time on the ball, he looks good. I mean, against Atletico Bilbao, do you know what I mean? He had the time to deliver that ball to Gyökeres. Fantastic goal. Yeah, but in the Premier League, you know what I mean? Look what when they played Man United, Casemiro had him for breakfast. So
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take time. You know what I mean? But hopefully, you know, people are saying, you know, he's a game changer on that. I mean, he didn't do much because we was overruled in that midfield. You know, in that midfield on Sunday, we was overruled in that midfield. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think we'll probably see a better performance from him on Saturday. Fact that we're at home and everything, so we should see a better performance. But yeah, it's gonna take time with him. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully, he will, you know, benefit from you know, I would probably like to maybe see Declan Rice, as I said, remember changing the system or the formation to a 4-2, so Declan Rice is working alongside him.
Yeah.
You know, but it depends on what Arteta, because he's always going for the 4-3-3. So it's just a predictable, typical, you know.
It's going to be the thing is right now, Norms. What really gets me is we've got to be more. How can I say? And I know we did try it against Man United, and probably that's why it looked disjointed, because we're not used to playing like it. But what we've got to do, we've got to be more quicker with the ball.
Yeah,
we've got to up the tempo in certain areas, haven't we? Because if you look at Gyökeres, as soon as we've got the ball in possession through midfield, Gyökeres is off. He's making runs, and there was a couple of times there he made a run, and there was that half a second or 2 second delay with the ball. And then suddenly Gyökeres is sort of like, he's running around. He's then running like an headless chicken, you know. This is what worries me, and this is why I'm saying if we've got someone like Eze, you'll see that run quicker.
Yeah. Because the thing is with Odegaard, it's just the fact that he holds onto the ball too long. He's okay in our third, but in the last third in the opposition side, it just, for whatever reason, is if he does lay the ball off, then, you know, he's laid it off either two. He's like, for instance, he was playing it out to the wings, to either Saka, or even to a point where sometimes Gyökeres had to end up going out to the right hand side. Because normally he's more on the left, when he's playing for Sporting, but he's getting time in those balls in those channels, but he was hitting those balls too far. There was one where he did a scoot ball. I want to see him stop that. Stop doing those scoot balls. Do you know what I mean? Stop that. Do you know what I mean? He needs exactly. Time. You know, he can't lace Ozil's boots. Ozil was on a different planet when it came to the assist. He was the assist king. That's what he was known as, the assist king. Fabregas. Do you know what I mean? You have to know when to play those passes. And that's why when he first signed for the club, Gyökeres, and he got the welcome thing from Odegaard, he says, I want some assists from you. Yeah, I'm relying on assists. So he needs to do that. And hopefully with Eze coming in, that will buck his ideas up. And it's I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a natural ability, if he's got that natural ability to do that, or does he have to be coached? I don't know. It's I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is it, and this is what the manager's got now, because the manager's now got a new headache that he's never experienced. This manager has had the experience of kind of picking pretty much the same 11 week in, week out.
Yeah.
Now he's got to think about where playing Eze. Now he's got to think about what does he do with Gyökeres. You know, it's all new to him. It's all new to him, and he's got to work it out. You get me the Kangley from PSG, can play right wing, left wing. It's also good business for the Cronkies and get into the Asian market. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Market opportunities is always handy. Binks, big up the chat. Make sure that you're subbing to myself. Make sure you're subbing to Normski. Make sure you're smashing a like, because it does help the channel, and so on and so on. Martinelli and Odegaard should be under the most pressure with Eze signing. That being said, I like Martinelli as a sub when defenders are tired. He can maybe do a job as a sub. Probably Lynch, probably, but 100 and something grand, 160, 180 grand a week as a sub. These are the players we've got to move out, my friend. These are the players we've got to move out. If we can get 60 million for Martinelli, you can't knock that. You can't knock that. That's business that we've got to do, Lynch. And I understand what you're saying, but if you ask any Crystal Palace fan, there is no Palace fan would tell you that Eze is effective on the left wing. And the problem is as well, though, Norms, as well, right? This is a good point as well. David C, the Champions League. I'm going to get something up about the Champions League. We'll touch on a little bit of Champions League, because we're mingling tonight. We're having a little mingle. We're having a little Arsenal huddle mingle. But yeah, Norms, I mean, this is the thing, isn't it? Because as Lynch said there about Martinelli, and he's a good bench player, and I understand that when defenders are tired, he's got pace, but it's a big asset to have on the bench, isn't it, Martinelli, and putting Eze left wing. Yeah.
I mean, because obviously the fact that he's got the pace now, it's just an end product thing that for me, just like it's just little things that he needs to tweak in his game. You know what I mean? You know, we've been going on for how long? You know, sometimes you're watching a game and you think, is it just me, or is he got his head down all the time? So you watch it, then a whole season's gone by, and you say, this guy's been playing with his head down. As in the coach told him to just get your head up. You know what I mean? He's become too predictable. I don't know if I know some people were sort of saying there was this talk that there's a possibility he could play more central. You know, when we heard the Kai Havertz situation, they say, well, maybe you could probably go more central. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because when he's playing out on the left, he's just void of ideas. He just can't beat his player and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And maybe it might be a case of when the teams are really tired, then that might suit him. Because he doesn't have to think too much about trying to get past the defender or whatever. Just kick the ball and run past him, rather than try to be tricky and try and do all your little tricks. But he would be somebody to have the bench. But then Trossard, where's Trossard? Where's Trossard?
Well, this is it. I still think he's going to play a false nine. I think every now and again he'll play a false nine. Right. And I think he'll rest. I think he'll rest Gyökeres and play a false nine. And perhaps bring Eze just behind him. Yeah. So he can play that. He's got options now. He's got options to rotate Gyökeres if he's looking out of sorts or tired. He's got options to play Eze in a more advanced role. There's options, and it depends how he uses them. Norms, just want to touch on the Champions League, right? Because I've said this. I think Arsenal are more suited to the Champions League than they are the Premiership, right? And I say that because teams don't really play a low block. And I think with the players that we've got, I think we're just more suited. But let's have a little look how this Champions League works out, right? There's a couple in the chat that sort of said about the Champions League and everything. Let's see how we go here. Where is it? Here we go. So this is the Champions League format, guys. All right. So I think it's 2019. So we've got the playoff phase, which is at the moment all the teams that are playing off. They're playing now to get into the Champions League proper. Which teams are in the league phase? There's 29 teams qualified automatically, either through their domestic league placing or being holders of the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain, or UEFA Europa Cup League winners, and that's Spurs. Okay. Rebalancing was required as Champions League winners Paris also qualified automatically via their domestic league. Okay. It says 2 of the places were filled by European performance spots, while the final 7 spots will be determined via qualifying. Now, there's the teams qualified. So, England, look at England. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Spurs, Newcastle, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Athletic Club and Villarreal, Napoli, Atlanta, Juventus. Looking at that, Norms.
We've got 7. We've got 7 in there. Is that? Am I reading that right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, no,
6.
4. 6, sorry.
There's 6 London teams in now. Looking at that, Normski, right? So the Champions League basically is you're all in one group, David C. You're all in one big group. I think the top 8 qualify automatically. Right. And then it's the...
then you've got, so the top 8 qualify, then everything from 9 down to about, I think it's
16, is it?
No, I think it's 20-something.
20 something. Yeah. They go into a playoff, don't they? They go into a playoff to try and get through automatically. Yeah. All right. I don't think any of these teams. I don't think we can be drawn against. I think we can. I'm not sure. I think we can get drawn against an English team from the opening rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last season when they were doing the draw. It was weird.
Yeah, because the draw's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The list above is provisional, based purely on Sporting's performance and does not account for any potential disciplinary or licensing matters. Therefore, the above is still pending. Final admittance of the clubs to the relevant competitions. All Russian teams are suspended through participation in UEFA competitions until further notice. Okay. When's the league phase matches? 16th and 18th of September. That's when we're on a back end of three London derbies. I think we've got West Ham, Fulham, and Palace. Yeah. There you go. Jamboy. 9 to 24, I think. So 9 to 24. Yeah, I think it was about 24, isn't it? They play a playoff to try and get into the knockout phase.
That's right.
So we don't want to be messing around with playoffs.
No,
not with our fixtures. We just. Did
Man City end up in the playoffs? Did they?
Yeah, Man City ended up in the playoffs. They played Real Madrid.
That's right. Yeah,
they got knocked out, didn't they? Smashed the lights, Kouaji. Absolutely. All right. So there's all the rounds there. Match day 2, 30. So we've got match day 1, 16th and 18th of September, which is a Tuesday or a Wednesday. Match day 2, still in September. You got 1 match day in October, and then you got 2 in November. So exciting times, guys. I like the new format of the Champions.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it.
When are the knockout phases? We have the knockout phases in March.
Right.
Champions League draws. The first qualifying round is 17th of June. That's gone. August. Knockout phase playoffs 30th of Jan.
So is that for 20? That's 2026, though, isn't it? So
that'll be next year. Yeah,
next year. So yeah.
Look at that. And the final, Puskás Arena in Budapest, Hungary, will provide the stage of the Champions League action.
That one's for the 2026. So if you go back for the Champions League final for 20, what we know? Oh no, you're right. Sorry, do you know what? What am I talking about? I'm trying to stop time. You're right. 2026. Yeah, 2026. Yeah,
2026. We've got the Winter Olympics going on. We've got the Summer Olympics going on. We've got the World Cup. It's all kicking off.
It's too many. Yeah, too many.
Barca will be tough. PSG, Liverpool, City, Bayern, Lynch. They're all going to be tough, my friend. It's Champions League, but
my tip is Barcelona.
I don't think
Yeah, yeah.
Barcelona will make the mistake they made in the
Same like
semi-final
last time.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the squad, you need a
Rota
decent squad.
Tico is on. Yeah, Kawaji, I hope 2K is on. Suge, big up for another super chat. If I'm not mistaken, Martinelli, Saka, Jesus and Trossard contracted till June 27. You are not mistaken, my friend. That is facts. When fit, 4 forwards in our squad with 2 years left, I'm concerned. Massively concerned, Suge. Big up. We've been over the wages. This is our striker problem. It's not been addressed over the years. And Eze, to me, is a bit of a panic buy, to be honest. It's not
Crazy
been
as it
really
sounds.
thought out. It hasn't been
As
thought out.
crazy as it sounds, it is a panic buy.
Yeah. I like the format of the Champions League too. Was always boring before, depending on what group you had. Yeah, exactly. I like the new format.
Yeah.
I like the new format because teams are going from it from the start. You don't want to be in that playoff.
You're not playing the same team, innit? You're so
nice hungry party. Tottenham Hotspur, it's happened again.
It's happened again. It's happened again.
We've drawn forward. Are we going to do in this run? Or even Zubi, we are cooked. Lux, we're probably 2 kind of suspensions or 2 injuries away from an absolute disaster, my friend. We know this. So, Norms, what's your prediction? Champions League. So, so there's that, and then it's in Budapest. But if you was to pick a team, what's your prediction, my friend? Champions League.
So, yeah, I mean Barcelona. Barcelona. See, Real Madrid, man, they're going through a bit of a transition, especially with a new manager, with Alonso. I think if in terms of like going the furthest, I'd say definitely Barcelona. I think they will definitely go the furthest and win it. I think Man City be in there for a shout. Liverpool. Who else is there? Is it Atletico Madrid there? Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, Athletic. Sorry, my friend. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got Atletico Madrid, haven't we? So yeah.
I mean, we got to the semi-finals, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think
Spurs are there, Liverpool are there, Man City, Atalanta, Bayern Munich, Chelsea.
Yeah. Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea a good shout. Not to go maybe deep into it. I think with Arsenal because we went to the semi-finals. Do I think we get to the semi-finals?
These are the teams in the playoffs that could be coming through. So you got a club.
You got Celtic.
We chain a lot of threat there.
No.
Right. I don't know. Rangers. Celtic.
Rangers. Did Rangers lose yesterday? Was it yesterday? They lost 3-0 or something.
Yeah, so they're going to go out.
I think they're pretty much gone.
Go out.
So I think Celtic.
But these are the big hitters. These are the big.
Yeah, these guys up there. Yeah, these guys up there.
Who do you think out of the English teams, Norms? I mean,
we'll go the furthest.
Kenny Ken says Chelsea. Kenny Ken reckons Chelsea, and I understand why he's saying that because Chelsea realistically probably feel they're not going to win the Premiership, whereas Man City and Liverpool, Arsenal are going to be.
It's kind of like it's kind of like we'll see how with Chelsea. It's like we'll see how we do. I think
Paphos FC looks like they've qualified as well. Yeah, Paphos from Cyprus looks like they're in the Champions League. That's incredible.
Wow. Oh,
go on. Sorry, Norms.
Yeah, so Man City. I've got Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea in there. I think Arsenal will probably. I'm just thinking about the injuries. I'm just thinking about the injuries that would just come off. And gosh, I'd like to maybe say quarterfinals.
Well, Arsenal. Yeah, I said quarterfinals. I think we're capable of quarterfinals. I'm more confident with the Champions League I am the Premiership.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
As you rightly said, I think because they're a little bit more open. you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas with the Premier League, you're playing against a lot of low blocks and mid blocks, and
Yeah,
Arsenal haven't figured it
and
out
not
yet.
only that, the Premiership managers seem to suss us out. Whereas these kind of teams, they don't quite know how to play against us. Where your likes of Potter from West Ham, the Fulham guy, they all know how to play against this manager. They know how to play in the Premiership against Arteta. It's not rocket science. You put 2 or 3 on Saka, you rip into Odegaard, you get it out to the left as much as you can because you know it ain't going to be creative out there, and then you stick 2 banks of 4 in front of the midfield, easy. Whereas you play in the Champions League, they haven't got a clue what to do against us. That's why I think we've got more chance in the Champions League. But to be honest with you, I think Leverkusen could be a little tough one. Napoli's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Obviously, Paris.
The holders.
Yeah,
the holders.
Paris Saint-Germain will be tough.
They're going to be tough.
Dortmund's never easy.
Yeah,
Dortmund's never easy.
Some big hitters in there.
Bag. Yeah, I got my sleeping bag, Joseph. Sleeping bag on the ready for the Arsenal. And obviously, my friends. But the Champions League's exciting. I like the new format. But basically, that's how it works. You can't be in that playoff. You can't be in that playoff. It's crazy. But
you don't want those extra games because you're really playing 8 games, and then the playoffs that takes it to 10 because you play them. No, is it one or do you play them over 2 legs?
What, the playoff?
Yeah. See, that's another extra.
Yeah, 2 legs. That's another thing, David. See, if you don't make the knockout phase automatic, which is the top 8, the top 8 go through automatically. Yeah, it's the top 8 go through automatically, and then 16 down to 24 player playoff. You got to play 2 legs.
Yeah,
it's crazy. 2 legs. Yeah, 2 legs. It's brutal. Yeah. You don't want that when you're chasing a Premiership. You don't want that. Norms, do you know what, right? I've really enjoyed this Mingle, man.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's been amazing. Need to get top 8. We do need to get top 8, Arsenal Pulse. Big up to you, big up. We massively need to get top 8. We can't have this team going in playoffs in the Champions League. It just can't happen. It just can't happen.
And you want to hope that,
looking against Arsenal Leeds, Norms. Predicted lineup. And what do you reckon the score will be? I'm a little bit worried. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I've said this, that Leeds have got a shot to nothing. This is a free hit for Leeds. Realistically, they know they're going to get beat. Or they've not. They've put this down to kind of, if we get beat, it don't matter. We've got the rest of the season. We're not going to get relegated after this game. This ain't going to save our season. So let's go and enjoy ourselves. What can you see happening, Norms? What's your predicted lineup and score, my friend?
Okay, so I've gone with a score of 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go and score with 2-0. It's not going to be as straightforward as we think it is. I know people are saying we're playing at home and blah, 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 and fans, all that, so it should be a much higher score. But I'm still going 2-0 because I think maybe just because of the style of play and whatever. And I think, I hope we're not cautious, but I just think that's how we are going to start cautious and then maybe start to get more into the game. So in terms of the back four, because I'm hearing that Ben White didn't make training today. So there's a number of players that are missing. So
another injury. No, was there the fault?
Yeah, that's what, yeah. So it's really hard to, you know what I mean? So he didn't make the training today. But in terms of the back four, I'll go with Timber, even though he's still carrying an injury or not. Saliba, Gabriel. Now, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Calafiori now, jeez. Because Miles Lewis-Skelly hasn't played really well on the pre-season and even in the last game that we played. and he started Calafiori. So I think he's going to end up going with Calafiori.
Yeah,
I think he will go with
you're right,
Calafiori.
Norms. I think he'll start with Calafiori.
Yeah, so if I was gonna if I was going with what I think Arteta's going to go with, I think he'll go with Calafiori and Timber playing at right back, and then obviously the two central. Then the midfield, it'll be a midfield of Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice, and then on the right hand side, Saka. Now I heard that he was experimenting. Apparently, he's experimenting with Saka out on the left. Apparently, in the open training.
I heard that he was going to put Saka on the left and Madueke on the right.
On the right, yeah. I'm here. That's what I heard. But
although Saka, when he put Saka, do you remember when Saka?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
I thought he looked $1 million, mate.
He did. Put a decent cross in. Madueke, I think it was just slightly behind him, and he missed. So I don't know. He might shock us and start with Madueke on the right and Saka on the left, and obviously Gokeres up front.
Yeah.
If not, it'd be your standard Saka on the right, Gokeres up front, and gosh, I think you'd still go with Martinelli. on that left hand side.
Yeah, I agree, and you think 2-0. I mean, Leeds will always come at you hell for leather away from home. They always have done. Every single Leeds. It's a massive club. Leeds United are a massive club. Away fans, their fans are just ridiculous.
I know, yeah.
Their fans are ridiculous. Travel very well back in the Prem. They will be up for it. I can take this one for. I mean, you can't take it for granted. No game can be taken for granted. Every game's a cup final. Ben White, what the fuck? Always, I know. It's injuries. Jamboy, big up. Arsenal 2-0 leads. Jamboy, thanks for the putting it in easy terms on the Champions League, my friend. I mean, we roughly knew how it sort of works out, but I think there was a couple of people in the chat that just wanted some clarification on how the Champions League was working out. And but we put all the dates up, we put everything up there, my friend. So big up, Jamboy, as always. I'm going to say a stinky 2-1.
Okay.
I think it'll go Raya. I think it'll go Timber, Gabriel Saliba. I think he'll start Calafiori. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. I think Martinelli will be on the left. I think it'll be the same. Saka on the right. And then it'll be Rice, Zubimendi and Odegaard with Gyökeres up front. That's what I think will happen. What will be interesting is Gyökeres. Who will he take Gyökeres off? Because what he's been doing is bringing Gyökeres off after about 70 minutes and putting on Havertz. Yeah. Well, Havertz ain't going to come on.
Marino.
Is he going to? Marino. Whoa.
Marino. Yeah. You ain't got nobody else. See.
Enter Marino. 3-0. Lynch is going 3-0. 2-1 Arsenal, unchanged from United. Yeah, I'm with you. I think a stinky 2-1. I don't think we're going to pull up any trees, to be honest. The Eze news will be a buzz. Team flying high. 3-1 Aces. Gyökeres and Saka to score any time against. Yeah, we'll see. Saka didn't look fit. No, he didn't look fit, David C. We touched on that earlier, my friend. Saka didn't look fit for me. 100%. Arsenal fans get excited over pre-season wins like the Champions League trophy. Calm down. You've still got more Invincible DVDs than actual European titles. Tom McCarthy, that's facts, my friend. Listen, we've got to get excited. We've still got this manager at the football club. Give us a break, man. Come on. But you know what I mean? It's like, if this guy does not win a trophy next season.
He's under pressure, bro. He's been given the resources. He's been given the money. He has to deliver now. It's now or never. Yeah, the excuses has to stop now. The top mutant gooners, it has to stop now. They've said if he doesn't deliver a major trophy, which is either the Champions League or the Premier League, and he gets any other trophy, he's failed. So we're holding you to account. Yeah, I just want to win a trophy. I just want to get some winning mentality.
Do you know what I would take, Norms? Right, and this ain't my choice. I want Champions League. If you was to give me the choice, I want Champions League. And the reason why I want the Champions League over the Premiership is that I've seen us win league titles. Anfield 89, you name it, I've seen it, right? Never seen us win the Champions League. And that's the only thing that the other clubs can lord over us. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that, blah, blah, blah. I just really want the Champions League. However, I just want a day out at Wembley. I just have a day out. I want a parade. I want a day out. I want to see us lift the trophy. You know, I think the players need it, Norms, more than anything.
Yeah, definitely. They just need to win,
you know what I mean?
get a winning
the
mentality.
Players need it. Yeah, the players need it. David C, I'm in Florida and I see Leeds fans. For some reason, they're big in USA for their size. Leeds United are a massive club. They are massive. Their history is incredible. They've won everything. They've got a huge fan base. I mean, other than Leeds, really, what's around there? Huddersfield, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, but Leeds are massive. That's why you'll see Leeds fans all over the world. Arsenal will win DJB, but wouldn't be surprised me if Calvert-Lewin scored against us. No, wouldn't surprise me either. A nice little header or something.
Yeah.
The Arsenal Huddle and friends, hello, and have a great second part of the week, just like Arsenal seems to do, starting with the Eze news. Johnny D, I bet you're well pleased that we've signed Eze by default. Johnny D? It's taken Arteta's love child to get injured for Eze to come into the club.
Mad.
Who would have thought when we had the money all along to sign him? Why didn't we sign him in June? So now we've got to wait for players to get injured now before we sign anyone. And we're acting like a big club.
Mad.
Really? DJB, put a sock in it. We all know you're a Spurs fan. Carlton Lynch. Since when, my friend? Since when? Never been a Spurs fan. Never, ever, ever, ever. Don't know where he's getting that madness from. Arsenal fans get excited over pre-season wins like it's Champions League. We've said all this, haven't we? Arteta has to play Gyökeres now. He's got to play him. He's going to have to play him for 90 minutes on Saturday. Yep. No other striker.
Hopefully we'll get on a score sheet. You know what I mean? That's the hope.
Yeah.
Get some confidence. You know what I mean? Just need to
Big
get
up
off the
the
mark.
chat, guys. Make sure that you've sub into Normski. Make sure you sub into DJB as well, and make sure that you're smashing a like on it. That will really help the channel out. Normski, our first Mingle show. We will be back next week with the Arsenal Mingle. I'm sure there'll be more news.
Hopefully,
I'm
yeah.
sure there'll be more until this window shuts.
Yeah, 11 days. Is it 11 days we've got left?
11 days.
By the time next week, that'll be down to
next week we could have Antonio on loan or something from West Ham, couldn't we? As a backup striker with a new car.
Yeah.
Wait, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows with this football club? We could have. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? So, Norms, what you got coming up, my friend?
So tomorrow on the Bruised Banana show with Shane. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, big up Shane.
Do my invincible run there, and then back on Monday the OGs with Aaron. 40 round back to Wednesday where I'll be doing my show at 6:30, the What's Going On podcast show, followed by the Arsenal Mingle.
Yeah, we've got the Arsenal Mingle. Me and Normski will be a regular spot on it every week. We've got the Arsenal Mingle coming on. And then on Friday, I'm doing a match
preview.
Show. Yeah, preview show with Shane Gooner. And we've got BBK as well. Taron coming on from the US of A. He's going to join us as well. So, yeah. And then Sunday, we've got the Sunday sit-back session where Normski might be joining me as well. So, yeah, all good. Gononto in case study for Isak. Yeah, that's going to be interesting, that Isak. Quickly, Norms, before we go, sorry, brother, I was meant to bring it up with you because this is what the Mingle show's all about. We're not going to just be covering Arsenal. Eventually, we'll cover quite a few things as well.
Yeah.
The Isak thing, what do you make of it? What do you think he's...
It's a complete mess, isn't it? I mean,
Do you think...
come out, you know, he's come out and sort of trying to put stories right, because obviously people got their own versions of what he's been saying. He says you have to wait. He says basically he's been promised stuff from it was the what's her name, Amanda. She was the Shavely or whatever it was. So promises were made and weren't seen through, and as a result of it, they've gone back on their promises. They told him whatever they told him. He thought that it was going to happen, and he's basically saying that it's best for both parties. Essentially, that we just both part ways. I mean, he's refusing to play, you know, in the games. He's obviously missed the first game of the season. Now, I think there was talk again. I don't know. There was talk that Newcastle are going to keep him. Now I don't know what they're going to do. Whether they're going to just kick him in the reserves for a little bit, let him rot for a little while on that, because I don't know what's the situation with Liverpool if they're going to go back in for him. But as it stands, he's refusing to play for the club. So it's a bit messy at the moment. It's an absolute mess at the moment. And even when I was talking with one of the guys on the other show, who's a Liverpool fan, I said, would you take him? And he was saying like Klopp, you know, he doesn't like players that have got that kind of attitude, because he knows that if that was the case, maybe he would probably do that if he's at Liverpool. What's to say that he wouldn't do that kind of thing? Do you know what I mean? And there's people turning around and saying, you know, look at Wissa, you know, as well. You know, he's back. He's a good. He's back training with Brentford, but you know, Gyökeres, same sort of thing happened with him. I mean, it wasn't to the extent of what Isak is doing with Newcastle, but promises were made, and it's the year of footballers putting their foot down and having their own way. It's by the looks of it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. As I said, it's going to be interesting when they meet up at St James's Park. I think it's this Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be a weird one.
It's going to be a weird one.
Isak is under contract. Didn't want to hand in a transfer request as he would not get his loyalty bonus. Can see his agenda there. Yeah, I can see there is an agenda there. Absolutely. Yeah. Hand in a transfer request, lose the bonus. Newcastle might accept lower offer. This is what I'm saying. It's mad for me, because Newcastle are a fantastic football club, fantastic fans, fantastic city, an absolute fantastic football club, and they've got a brilliant manager. Yeah. For me, I can't understand this action. I can understand a player wanting to leave the club. I get that. I get players want to move and leave the football club, but there's ways of doing it, Norms, isn't there?
Yeah.
I was a bit surprised the way Yorker is, the way he treated. And this is what I mean about he's got a side to him as well, and we'll find out later on in the season how that clashes with Arteta.
Yeah. Because
he's got a side to him, you know. He's got a side to him. He's got an attitude problem.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see how that develops with Arteta. But I'm a little bit disappointed with Isak, because Newcastle showed him a lot of loyalty,
a lot of loyalty, and you know, I mean, made him the player he is.
It is a mess.
Made him the player he is, and
but
we until we sort of know really what's gone in the background. So he hasn't revealed much, but he's just kind of just giving you a little bit of like, this is the reasons why I'm not going to be ending up playing for this club, because certain promises were made and they've gone back on that, and then they've essentially disrespected me. I'm not saying that was the very words, but that's, you might as well say, that's how he's feeling right at the moment, disrespected. And he wants Liverpool, but I think it's the fact that because Newcastle have not sorted out, and listen, they've missed out on 9 targets. You know what I mean? They've missed out on Sesko.
You know,
so they're looking at Wissa now. The talk was, I read somewhere an article that if they had done the swap with Richarlison, they were trying to do a swap deal with Richarlison. Well, not swap, it was player plus cash with the Eze deal. They were going to focus their attention on Wissa, because I think Brentford have knocked back another thingy from Newcastle. So Newcastle are a bit of a quandary at the moment with regards to their transfers. So
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
shame. Yeah, it is.
yeah,
It is. It is a shame. It is a shame. Johnny, the reason why they've got a brilliant manager is because he turned Joe Linton into a baller, and we've and this manager's thrown Martinelli off the cliff. Yeah, he's also signed Tonali, who's an absolute fantastic midfield player, and we signed Norgard. He also won a trophy, and this guy's won nothing. So that's why he's a good manager. And he wasn't even given consideration for the England job, which I think is absolutely scandalous.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel sorry for him.
And he knocked this manager out the Carabao Cup, beat us at the Emirates,
and
won it. So there you go.
Mm.
I say no more about Eddie Howe. And he's the son of the Arsenal legend Don Howe. And Johnny Dark, you probably don't even know who Don Howe is. Go and look him up. Bless you, Johnny Dark. It's always nice to have a bit of banter with you, my friend. But anyway, Joel Linton and Murphy both improved lots last season, DJB. Joseph, you know, guy, you know the amount of players that Eddie Howe's improved under
Jacob Murphy.
He's insane. Liveramento's another one. Yeah, all improved under this manager. I can name 5 players that have not improved under Arteta. But there you go. We will go on. We will go on. Come on, you Gunners. Get the 3 points on Saturday. Put in a great performance.
And we'll come back. We'll come back here smiling.
Yeah. So Norms has got stuff coming up. Make sure you follow Normski and make sure you sub to Normski. We've got to get his subs up. I'd like to try and hit 2K within the next couple of weeks. What do you reckon, Norms? We can get our subs.
Yeah, what you on now? What you on now?
We can get our subs at 1.8 something or other.
So you're about just under 200.
Yeah, I need another 100 odd subs. Come on, guys.
Come on. I need another. I've got 800. I did lose one, maybe because I probably cussed Arteta. But it's the way it goes. Do you know what I mean? But I'm on 814 at the moment. So
come on, guys. This guy's on 814 subs. Honestly,
you know what? It's listen. I mean, even if I have one sub, I mean, I will still chat my business. You know what I'm going to say? So, but listen, it'd be nice. It's a nice thing to just know that people are subbing to you because they value your opinion. It might not always be the right opinion. Do you know what I'm going to say? We do our best to hold up the standards for this club, and we will continue to do that, whether you like us or you don't. So, so if you are, give me a sub. Get me up to 1K before the season is ended. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, exactly, mate. And to be honest with you, listen, it's always nice when you get subs and you get the likes and that. But at the end of the day, I don't 100% do it for that. I don't do it for that. I do it because I enjoy talking about football.
But it's nice when you wake up and you see
talking about Arsenal. I enjoy having your guest on. I enjoy interacting with the chat. A lot of them have been with me from the go. I just really, really enjoy it. And Normski does as well. And and I say it all the time on my channel. All fans are welcome.
Yep.
We don't put up with any abuse. We respect everyone's comments. Whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't matter. That's what football's all about. That's why after the games, in the pub, you used to talk about whether it was a penalty. Some people rate this player. Some people don't rate that player. It's all about opinions.
Yeah.
And as long as you respect everyone's opinions, whether you agree with them or not, we'll have a happy community.
I mean, this platform is just an extension of what you would probably go and do after a game in the pub. You go down the pub.
This is it. This is
a conversation.
What this channel's all about. It's like being in your living room. It's like sitting in your living room or sitting in the pub, having a beer, having a chat, trying to cover some topics and stuff like that. Any fan can come in. If any fan comes in and there's something that you want to say about your football club you're not happy with, this chat is legendary and we will discuss it, guys. We will discuss it.
Definitely.
Whether you're Barnsley, Middlesbrough, anyone.
Even Tottenham.
If you want to come in, we'll have a chat, and we're not gonna criticise and anything else. And one thing what I've noticed with this chat, Norms, they've all kind of teamed up, and some of them are made friends, and they're meeting up for drinks.
That's good.
And it's 100. Honestly, I love it, man.
Because it's good. It's good
because you turn on the telly and all you get is like bad, crappy news, don't you? And you know, I think if you can have something like this, or your channel, or Shane's, or whoever's channel, any content creator, whoever's doing all this, if it's a break from the norm and you get something out of it, then big up the chat, big up everyone.
Definitely.
DJB, think your opinion stinks, mate. Jam boy, listen, that's fine. But I tell you what, mate, you're still buying me a pint when I see you. Don't you worry about that. I'll catch up with you. And you got to buy Normski a Coke, because Normski don't drink. He's a man of the cloth. All right, we don't have any foul language on here either, mate. None at all. And that right, Norms? We don't do it, do we?
Man, we're good, man. We're good. Just to chill back. The Sunday sit back, chilled, you know, with a cup of
Sunday sit back's a chill.
Cup of Rosy Lee.
Like a mingle. I'm not happy with many things, especially people calling that Chelsea at par with Arsenal. They're going to be really silent soon. They already started to quieten down. I'm telling you now, Chelsea's going to be ones to watch next season.
Dark horse.
Chelsea are going to be ones to watch next season. Big up, DJ. Have a good night. Lux, always my friend. Jam boy. Right off. All right, Jam boy.
He's winding me up, isn't he?
Yeah. All right, Jam boy. I'll buy you a Diet Coke and a bag of cheese and onion crisp. All right. How about that? Big up Vincenzo, mate. Yeah, big up Kawaji, and congratulations on your A-levels as well, my friend. Again, don't know if Norm's knows.
I think it was on what's the name's chat. I think it was on Shane's Bruise, not the Bruise Banana. I think it was hold on a minute. Just noticed my battery's going to die. I mean, thingy, hold on. I just noticed my battery. Hold on.
If Norm dies on us, we'll have to sign someone else quick.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Just done that in time. I just noticed it just flashed up in the corner. Big up crowd. I mean, big up to him with his passing his A-levels and that. I think it's his A-levels.
No, big up, guys. Right. Big up. Get yourself over to Northside. Northside is live. Make sure you show him some love, mate, and just put on there
DJB Raider.
DJB Raid. Get over to Northside. Make sure you raid Northside. Get over, show him some real love, and I will see you on Friday. You will see Normski tomorrow, and then you'll see us both on the Sit Back show on Sunday if Normsy's around. Because I know he's a busy man. If he's got other streams to do, I respect that. So we may see Norm Sunday, but we'll definitely see him in the Arsenal Mingle. Thank you very much for all your chat. Make sure that you sub and smash your like on here as well, guys, because that will really help the channel. 100 respect to all of you. Come on, you Gunners. Please put a great performance in.
That's what we want.
Saturday and win the game. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, everyone. Big up, everyone. And stay safe, as I say to you all the time. Keep safe. Respect. Take care.